Preparing to live stream the webinar. Now, do I go back though to my Zoom? Because I can't see you guys.
Really? So you'll have to go back to the Zoom to see us live.
I guess I want to make sure. Look, oh, there we are. Now, do I go back though to my Zoom? Because I can't see you guys. Okay, I'm going to go here.
So you'll have to go back to the Zoom to see us live.
I guess I want to live stream. Oh, there we are. Okay, I don't see you guys though. Because I can't see you guys. Okay, I'm going to go here.
So you'll have to go back to the Zoom.
I'm on Zoom.
Tracy, just mute your YouTube.
Okay, I don't see you guys. Mute my YouTube. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Where do I do that? I'm on Zoom. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay.
And maybe, I just saw you. What happened?
Can you change to gallery view too?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't even see you guys. This is really weird. Hold on. Okay, there. I just had to minimize my screen, and then we want gallery view. Thank you for what? Perfect. Business. I love it.
I know.
So we're live.
Right.
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, I love it. Well, okay. Well, welcome everyone. This is very new to me. I've never done a YouTube live, so it's a little learning curve.
Yeah.
So welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us, Tracy.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I am coming fresh off of having Halo Laser performed exactly 48 hours ago. So no makeup, coming to you au naturel. If you don't watch me on Instagram stories, then you wouldn't know that I had this done, but that is why I'm coming the way that I am. But I'm happy to be here.
Cool. Awesome. And is that like you're not allowed to wear makeup for some amount of time?
Yeah, at least, I would say at least 5 days. You can't see it, but if you've ever rubbed your hand on sandpaper, that is exactly what I feel like. It's just sandpaper. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. But I don't feel like I can see it. But anyway, I have a few lights. So am I going to be the one getting started? I believe I am.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. What I really want to do tonight is encourage all of you to take advantage of what these lovely ladies have to offer for you with their 6-week program, the Single Girls Kit. But the biggest focus that I want to really hone in on right now is what they are offering this coming weekend, which is a bonus community weekend with SGK. And you are not going to want to miss out on this because Lena Marie and Ashley are going to share all of the details of the upcoming 6-week course. And a couple of other things that you guys will be talking about this coming weekend is what exactly blocks are holding you back from finding the love that you desire and how you can overcome those blocks and hurdles. We all have energy blocks, and most of them come in from us. It's more internal. Often we will want to blame it on an outside source, but most of our blocks come from within. So Ashley and Lena Marie are going to really work with you this weekend on how you can overcome those blocks, because in order to find the love that you desire and have the confidence that you need, you have to overcome those hurdles and obstacles.
Absolutely.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get back out on the dating scene? Do you have what it takes? Ashley and Lena Marie are going to help you navigate that process to see if you're ready for what it takes, because it does take a lot of energy. I know in the coaching that I've done, this is not a pleasant time trying to figure out who do I really stay connected with and for how long before I pull back and say, But again, you have to have confidence within yourself to be able to do that.
That's exactly right.
Here's a really big one. Do you have an ex that you're holding hostage and you're renting real estate upstairs with? This is so common. And in order for you to welcome love in, you have to work through that first. if you're holding on to this baggage or even your past experiences with dating, even if you don't necessarily have an ex,
Yeah.
this is just going to be a big obstacle and hurdle for you.
Yeah.
Ashley and Lena Marie this weekend are going to help shift that energy in the right direction so that once again, you can find what it is you desire. Maybe you don't want lasting love. Maybe you want something else. They're going to help you figure that out so that you can welcome that confidently.
Yeah.
Self-confidence.
Yeah. What just kind of occurred to me about this weekend is that so many women are holding on to old stuff, old beliefs, old stories about themselves, about other people, about their past dating experiences, and they don't even know how much weight that carries. And that's what we're helping them, we're teaching them to overcome this weekend. It's just like, I say it to clients all the time, I'm sure you ladies do too, like, let's put that weight down. And you could start this weekend. Yeah.
Right. That's the first step. That's the first step of our framework, is to first acknowledge and then explore and, acknowledge that there may be some unconscious patterns, thoughts, feelings that you've developed over the years. So that's what this weekend is about. And then the Single Girls Kit 6-week program is all about how to create and act, how to create a plan to actually break through those inner blocks. So it's a little preview this weekend, and we're super excited about it. It's going to be a great community, and we're starting this Saturday, and Single Girls Kit starts next week.
Next Wednesday. I just put the registration link for this weekend, February 6th and 7th at noon to 1 p.m. in the comments in the chat. So check it out, bookmark that, and get yourself registered. It's over Zoom and it's free. Do not forget, it is free. And we're giving you a discount code. If you decide to join the Single Girls Kit, you'll get $100 off. If you join at least one of the days this weekend. Come on Saturday. I know you'll join us again on Sunday. But regardless, we're so excited to do this and to share the discount code with you. Yeah.
What a great offer. I love it. Lena Marie, I love how you use the word framework. I love that. This is the framework leading up to the process. And you also used breakthrough, which is another word that I love. And we see this so often in coaching. So if you're looking for a breakthrough, this is the plan for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we, Lena Marie, do you want to intro yourself quickly?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Lena Marie Gilbert. I'm from New York City. I'm a certified professional coach. I'm an HCC coach. I specialize in helping people bounce back from a breakup and attract the love your soul desires. So this is what I do all the time. All the time I'm talking about ex-boyfriends. So, I mean, I feel like that's been most of my marketing. If I'm not talking about my own exes, I'm talking about something that has happened in one of my sessions. So that's what we pretty much do. This is what we're working on. This is the beginning of the process. So that's a little bit about me.
Cool. My name is Ashley Elich, also a certified professional coach, and I help women fall in love. And so Lena Marie and I had been friends, and sort of we came together and we said, we coach in a similar way around similar subject matter. Let's do something amazing for women and help them in their love life. And so that's how the Single Girls Kit was born. I also live in New York City. I spent the month of January in Florida, and my husband and I are currently driving back up to New York right now. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. And I said, we got to leave early today. I got to get to my YouTube by 6 o'clock. So book it. So I'm here. I'm so excited to be here and to share with you a little bit more tonight about your energy and how that plays into your dating life.
Right.
I think we first want to mention the ELI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Tracy, can you talk a little bit about the ELI? You're so good at expanding on this.
Yeah. So the ELI is an assessment. It's an attitudinal assessment. It's not a personality assessment. With the personality assessments that many of you are familiar with, personality is fixed. It's a solid. It's generally fixed at about the age of 16, somewhere where we are in high school. Our personality is pretty much formed. Now, many people will blame some of their behavior and attitude on personality. This is just who I am. You have to take me for who I am. You have to like me for who I am. This is just me. Well, you're actually talking about your attitude and how you're showing up in this life, how you show up in your life, how you see your life, how you see yourself, and how you see other people. This assessment is powerful, not only for your self growth and development, but also your relationships, because it measures how you show up when you're not under stress and all is fine, but also what happens when our buttons get pushed, when we get triggered, when someone ruffles our feathers. All of a sudden we show up differently. And this is energy. There are 7 levels of energy, and we all are a combination of all of those 7 levels. And we're all unique to ourselves. And again, it's how you show up when all is well and how you show up when you're under stress. The more that you understand how you're showing up, especially under stress, what your limited beliefs are, what your assumptions are, what are your interpretations from the past. I'll never find anyone. or they're all men. I always, because I hear this, I even see this in the commenting, all men are losers, or all men want the same thing. Well, that's really coming from your energy. That's really not the world telling you that. That's your energy. And like attracts like. So whatever it is that you put out is what you will get back. I recently had a client share with me, I just wonder if my standards are too high. And I said, there's energy in that, because your standards will attract your standards. So you get to define and determine your standards. If you've ever had a friend or a family member when you were dating ask you, well, what are you looking for in someone? And you shared, and they say, oh, good luck, because your standards are too high. Generally, it will make sense when you look at the source of who's saying that. If you were to look at their life based off of it and who maybe they met, makes complete sense they would feel that way. Makes complete sense they may not be happy. If you have high standards, no shame in that, because like attracts like. So whatever it is that you desire in another person is exactly what you're going to get back. But you have to be willing to put that out there. So if you put out negativity and ugly and poor me, I'm the victim, don't be surprised when you attract that.
Yep.
And then you don't get to turn around and blame that person, which we often do. We often do. If you're putting out drama, expect drama. You're welcoming it into your life. The people that don't have drama in their life is because it doesn't mean it's not out there. They're just not welcoming it in because there's no attraction to it. Try to take the magnets together, and when there's a positive and a negative, and you can't, you're trying to get these 2 magnets and there's like a ball in between them. Have you ever done that? And you can't get them to go together. There's a reason. Yep. And we operate the same way. Yeah. The assessment is a powerful tool. It is a must for everyone, because we can shift our energy. Unlike our personality, which those tests are great, those assessments, you can leverage that. Whenever you know what your personality is, you can leverage that in your professional and personal life. Well, you can leverage your energy as well. And especially if you're going out there on the dating scene, what a powerful tool to know more about yourself and how you're showing up.
That's totally right. I love that. And, the ELI is super important. Yes. And we know that. And that's why we give it as part of this Young Girls Kit. When you sign up for our program, we give you the ELI, we give you a one-on-one hour-and-a-half debrief, because we know how important it is to show you how you're showing up. But the ELI is amazing because then we make a plan with you, like Lena Marie said, then we make a plan, we put you into action to get to the energy level that you want to get to, that brings you the love that you've really been looking for. Yeah, thank you.
Right, right. And speaking of energy levels, that's pretty much what today's topic is all about. The 7 steps to self-confidence, the 7 steps to a more self-confident you in 2021. So we're just going to focus on those 7 steps, and we're going to look at some common thoughts and that we've heard from some of our clients, and we're going to take a look at it and see which level, which step, which thought is the most self-confident and which one is the least self-confident. And let's see where everyone is with the 7 steps to self-confidence. So we have a circumstance. This is common, like Tracy said, recent breakup. So you just got out of a relationship, it was heartbreaking. Of course, you're feeling rejected, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you don't know what to do next. So you sign up on the dating apps, and because that's what your friends tell you to do, right? And so here are some common thoughts that we have seen and how you can actually shift your energy level from the same circumstance, right? And how you can show up more confident with just the same circumstance. So let's start with the level 1, as we call it. So the thought is that we've heard, maybe I'm just fooling myself. Why try? So who can guess what, on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident is this?
Yeah, no.
Least confident.
And that's victim, that's giving up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also saying, the past is going to repeat itself. So why even get back out there? And that's something, we all see in every walk of life, like no matter what you're getting coached on, what your struggle is, we all think that sometimes. However, look at how it stops us. You quite literally don't do anything. So how do you expect to change?
Right. It's basically like I lose. So you're feeling hopeless. You're feeling rejected. You're feeling lots of self-doubt. So of course, so how else will you show up if you, let's say you contact that guy on the dating app? If you're coming from this level of energy, it's going to be a little like rejecting. You're going to feel that, and then that person will also feel as well from this level energy, this woe is me. And that's understandable. We all go, I felt this way. I felt this way right after my last breakup. Of course, I felt, well, what's wrong with me? It serves a purpose, to be in that sadness, be in that feeling, lean into it. But what's not helpful is if you're continuously showing up with every guy, every person that you meet, it's, why does this keep happening to me? It's just not as productive. So this is the lowest energy level.
Yeah. And level 2, we're moving into anger. I'm going to prove myself, going to be better than the rest. We're definitely masking feelings there, right?
Right.
Of inadequacy. We go from level 1 to level 2. So, I always say when I have a client who's been sitting in their level 1 for a long time and they move to level 2, I say, great, get angry about it, because you no longer feel like a victim. Let's move through these levels. That's awesome. However, you're still angry. So how do we move past that? How do we move through that? But also, let's talk about where the anger gets you. Because again, nowhere.
Right. And guess what? The person that you're talking to picks up on that energy, right? And it's like, wait, oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to her. The other person, gets defensive, and you might be unconsciously, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unconsciously coming across this way. It's what's the frame? It's you lose, right? You lose.
Lose, I
Like,
win.
right. It's like, well, I'm gonna, if you don't want to date me, then tough, I'm gonna go find someone better, and it doesn't serve anyone when you're coming across that way, that
Yeah.
anger, when you're leading with the anger.
I think I was dating from anger for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really realize it until I actually started like doing the work to realize what was going on with my dating life. But I mean, I really got to this place where I was like you mentioned earlier, Tracy, like all men are terrible. I hate men. And I just really went there and it did not help me. I hated dating. I hated the guy before I even got to the date. And so of course it didn't go well. But once I learned like how that anger was holding me back, that helped me step out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not fair to the person you're meeting. So if you're going into dating someone new and you have anxiety based off of the past, you're almost not even open to what they could bring to the table because it's like your lens is fuzzy. You can't even have clarity. And sometimes you can't even give that person a chance, which now could be a missed opportunity because you're stuck in your level 1 or level 2.
Yep, absolutely right.
Right. Okay. And then we move on to level 3. So I hear this a lot, and I have said this personally in the past. It is what it is. It's good enough. It sounds right. It sounds good. It sounds good because maybe there's like a mix.
Yeah.
We call this the mixed bag level, where it's like a little bit of anabolic and a little bit of catabolic energy. Where it's okay, and I have clients that they're in these okay relationships because they rather tolerate, settle for what they're used to. Why change things? It's been working. It worked before. I may not, I want to get married someday. And, he says that he doesn't want to marry me, but maybe next year I'll change his mind. I used to think that.
I mean, and I think the best word for level 3 is settling.
Mm-hmm.
You are settling in level 3. And we all know deep down for settling. Like if you really go within, if you really sit with yourself, sort of take down that internal wall, allow yourself to go there, if you're settling or not.
Hey, ask yourself, like, how is this relationship serving me today? Right? Am I getting my needs met today? Am I getting my wants met today? Not who he was or what he did for you like 2 years ago, how it was. Yeah, it might have been really great. You were living the great life, but right now you are perhaps you're unsatisfied, right? You're unsatisfied. You're not getting everything met. And maybe there's some fear, maybe there's some underlying fear of like, not wanting to start over. I hear that a lot. Like I'm afraid to start over. And so, yeah. So
we hear that a lot. And, I think we may have mentioned this a week or so ago, Lena Marie, on our YouTube, but, you're not, it's perfectly understandable to feel like Lena Marie, I know you've been there. I've been there. I dated a guy for a long time and he was a really nice guy. It's not like he was rude or mean.
mm-hmm.
I just woke up one day and said like, oh my gosh, like he's not my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I really had to say, wow, like, what are we doing here? Take some serious stock of my life. And it was really sad and really lonely. And I just had to go for it. I just had to leave. And it was like the best thing I ever did.
So what changed? Like, what was the breaking point for you?
You know, it's interesting. It was a big culminate. Everything was sort of bubbling. And that was at a time in my life where I never talked about feelings. I didn't think my feelings were valid. I didn't understand my feelings. I didn't really know what I wanted. At that time in my life, I had convinced myself that I never wanted to get married. I don't want to get married. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I actually woke up one day and sort of said, oh, I think I want to get married one day.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about that became, oh, I don't want to marry him. And that was super, and again, super nice guy. That was really eye-opening. And I was like, oh man, this is big. And then I just kind of had to take stock of my life, get my shit together, and figure out what was next for me.
I want to chime in with the level 3 because I've worked over the years because I've been coaching for so long with many clients that are actually not satisfied in their marriage. And when we explore this, it's because there was so much level 3. It was, this didn't work for me, that didn't work for me, but he had this, he had that. But 20, 30 years later, all of those things that you settled for, all of those things you tolerated, now left you where you are. So in the dating life, it's so important, I believe, to really know too, what are your negotiables and non-negotiables? Because if you have those nailed down, and you gain the confidence that you need, which you'll get a lot of that this weekend, as well as in the 6-week program, you're not going to settle and tolerate because you're going to have your standards. You're going to know your values. So you won't tolerate, you won't settle.
I'm so glad you said that because we talk about that in this Young Girls Kit. We talk about your non-negotiables. We talk about your red flags, your yellow flags, your green flags. And then we talk about, okay, if you're dating and he hits a non-negotiable, how do you walk away? Because that can be really difficult. Right. And like, how do you do that? How do you know when to do that? I'm so glad you said that. We talk about that in the program. It's so important.
Because I'm so into that. And it's really important to identify what's a negative.
Yeah.
What's a non-negotiable. I used an example the other day of a negative. My husband and I'm sure we have a lot of negatives. If you don't like dining at chain restaurants, like Applebee's just doesn't cut it for you. But the guy you're dating, he's like a basic eater. He's like, let's go to B-Dubs, let's go to Chili's, let's go to Applebee's. That's a negative for me, it would be. That's not necessarily a non-negotiable. Mm-hmm. You have to really nail down what is a negative and what is a non-negotiable. Those are two different things. Non-negotiables are where I am not willing to bend. Again, level 3, tolerate, settle. But if you are lacking your own confidence and your self-esteem and your self-worth is compromised, it'll make complete sense that you'll settle and tolerate. Makes complete sense.
That's right. That's right.
Right. That's what I mean about creating a plan. That is what the Single Girls Kit is about. We're creating a plan each and every week. And not only do you have access to the group program, you have Ashley or myself and one-on-one coaching as well, where we go even deeper with what's really blocking you and like creating a plan that's just tailored to you and your own circumstance. So I think that is such a great point. And yeah, the non-negotiables, the deal breakers. I mean, I one of my big deal breakers is smoking. I despise smoking. Oh my gosh. Like it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's like if I see it on a profile, it's like an automatic, what is it, left, left swipe. It's just, knowing it just helps.
Yes, and you get to. That's the thing.
Yes.
Some people will try to tell you you're wrong. And if you don't have confidence, you're going to be like, oh, I mean, I wonder if, I wonder. And it's like, no. It is perfectly okay to say, I will not tolerate dating someone who smokes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no tolerance.
Right. And I also wanted to, just a thought, just distinguish the difference between standards and expectations, because I'm hearing that a lot also in my calls. So expectations are something that you want the other person to do. And one of the biggest things that we teach in the Single Girls Kit is like, you cannot change other people. You have to allow them to do what they want to do. So expectations are that you want them to do something. Standards are about you. You are in control of yourself. So standards, that's not a problem. Expectations, we'll talk a little bit about that in the program.
And then we'll talk about communicating expectations. I think a lot of women think men can read their mind, and I'll tell you, they cannot.
No.
And we don't want to. We don't, honestly, it's funny. I heard someone say once, like, oh, thank God my husband can't read my mind. I wouldn't want him to know. And I think it's a good thing to remember. Yeah. Should we level for it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Level 4, we are in anabolic, we're feeling better, we're feeling good, we're helping. Level 4 is, I want this to work out well for you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So level 4, it's more about the other person, right? It's coming from a place of love, compassion. There's less judgment in this level. And so yes, your confidence level will be a little higher. It can also look, so I would say the program is also a form of level 4 energy for yourself as well. How can I best show more love for me while I'm single? I'm a firm believer in investing in yourself, embracing your singlehood. That's what I've been doing a lot more. The past 2 years. I mean, I've been dating, but the last 2 years that I've been like not in a relationship, it's more what I'm doing with my own level 4 energy. It's like I'm journaling more. I'm taking better care of my body. I'm waking up a little earlier than I used to. I'm drinking less wine.
I know I have calls with you and you're like, I'm tired today. Like, she got up earlier.
I wanted to have wine, but I'm doing a juice cleanse of all times. My final juice of the day.
You know, I just want to mention too, a lot of women come through Single Girls Kit, and when we do their ELI, they're pretty heavy in level 4. And that tells us that they're givers, and it's awesome to be a giver. It feels good to give. A lot of us are good at giving, so we do it more and more. But what we help women do is say, okay, it's great that you're giving. Where are your boundaries here? What needs to change? If you're exhausted, if you feel like you keep giving to all these other people, and you're like, when's someone going to give something back to me? You're very heavy level 4. And in the Single Girls Kit, we talk about boundaries. We talk about how to keep your level 4, how to stay in your giver mentality, but how to make sure, like Lena Marie is saying, you're doing the things that fill your cup. I think we've all heard you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you're very heavy level 4, you're probably pouring from an empty cup. And that doesn't help you when dating, because you're only focused on them. I have so many women who, after, a first, second, third date, they're talking me about the date, or, a situation. And I say, do you like him? And they're like, oh, I don't even know. because they're so concerned with whether he likes her. And that's very level 4 too. In the Summer Girls kit, we help you step out of that.
Right. We cover a lot of the first 3 dates.
Yeah.
And that is the question that usually comes up in the program, in the group, is like, do you actually like this man? Yeah. We cover compatibility versus chemistry. What's the difference? What are you looking like? What is better for you? What does chemistry really mean? Like when you first see that person and the sparks and the feelings are, all in your body. Where do you feel it? And then the compatibility. What does it mean to be compatible? And most of the women that join the program, they're looking for more long-term relationships. So we cover both and like, what's the answer to it? So you'll see it in the program, but it might not be what you think. Let's move on to level 5. So common thought, whatever happens, I will at least learn about myself. So you're seeing this more as an opportunity to whatever happens. So if you're on a date, or you're dating someone and okay, it didn't work out. So you can go, right? You can go down to your level 1, right? We talked about that being like the lowest level of energy, or you can choose this level of energy, level 5. It's like, okay, what can I learn about myself in this moment? What did I learn about this relationship? How can I show up differently or even better for the next person? This is, I feel like it's sexier. It's a sexier level for me. Because it's always a learning opportunity. It's every situation, every circumstance is a teachable moment. So if you just got out of a relationship, you just broke up, it's like, okay, what can I learn? I'm sure there are a list of things that you can learn about yourself, and things that you liked, things that you dislike. And all of this information will lead you closer and closer to the person that is right for you. So don't discount those, the breakups.
Yeah.
Those have so much information. I've learned so much about myself from my last relationship. And that helped me release a lot of that anger, that grudge that I had for him. I had such energy towards him. And then, I started asking myself, like, where's this energy coming from? Is it really directed like towards him? Is it really about him? But it was really about me. And so once I actually leaned into that, I started asking myself questions and forgiving myself, forgiving him. It's so much easier to let it go so that you can let in the person that is better, greater for you.
What is that saying? Like, the universe is going to keep giving you the lesson until you learn from it, or until you change. And this is that a little bit, right? Like, bad date after bad date after bad date, you realize you're the common denominator. The universe keeps giving you this lesson. In your level 5, you can say, what am I learning about myself here? What needs to change? What needs to happen?
Yeah. One thing about level 5, so there's so much opportunity here. Everything that happens in our life, it's just information. It's just information. You either take the information or you don't. If you're in your level 5, you're going to say, okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And you're going to adjust course. But if you're stuck in level 1, level 2, catabolic energy, you won't see through that lens at all. The other thing with level 5, unlike level 4, where boundary setting could be compromised, at level 5, heavy boundary setting. Heavy boundary setting. If you had to work all day, and again, you guys said, do you even like this guy? But if let's say you're working all day, you're pulling up your phone because now you're on a texting basis, and you're like, oh my gosh, here he comes again. Here he comes again. At level 4, you're probably responding to that even though it doesn't serve you. At level 5, you're like, I'll get to it when it works. I'll get to it when it works.
I love that example. And we covered texting in week 6 of this Single Girls Kit, because there is a way to text. You know, I think many of us women, like, I always lead clients toward, you know, if it just becomes a texting relationship, get out of there. I mean, if that's what you want, by all means, but it's probably not. And yeah, and you know, in level 5, we're like really stepping into our confidence. I feel like you can, I like get the chills as we talk about it. I feel like you can really, you can feel your level 5, and it feels so good.
Great place to hang out.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
a place to hang out. Yeah. A lot of people have a mixture of level 5 and level 3. Have to be very careful with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of us coaches, well, we're very similar in how our energy is, but that's probably why we work together so well. So let me share real quick on energy. The other thing that I've identified with married clients that are not having a working relationship with their spouse, she may come from level 5 and he's a level 2. Think about this. So she is seeing opportunity with everything, highly catabolic at level 5, and he's level 2. So he's very conflict oriented. It's always, I'm right, you're wrong. Now, luckily she's level 5, but the problem is there's too many levels in between. That relationship most likely will have a lot of animosity, a lot of animosity. So, and I'm sharing this because when Ashley and Lena Marie walk you through the ELI assessment and you learn this about yourself, you are going to walk away with some major nuggets in knowledge, and you will identify quite quickly where the person you're talking to and communicating with, like let's say on an app or on, if you get to texting, you're going to pinpoint just in how he communicates, what level he's coming from. So if you're level 5 and you identify that through the assessment, and you're reading that maybe he's victim thinking, poor me, yeah, I lost my job and this happened, and you know, and my sisters aren't talking, and this, and oh my gosh, my car, and all these things, complain, poor me. Just know there's going to be some animosity and struggles in that relationship. So it's so important to know what level of energy you are. That's why the fact that they are offering this $327 value as a free bonus to you guys, it's incredible, because it's a bonus on your life. It really is.
Oh yeah, that's powerful. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, thank you. Now level 6, we're really getting up there.
Yes.
We're in this together. We're in this together. Together we can create miracles. Ooh, miracles. And Lena Marie, we're getting into your creation mode. And I mean, confidence is, everything's an opportunity. You feel really good in your own skin. And what's important here too is like that your confidence is independent of the outcome. So even if you're dating someone and it goes south and you say goodbye to that person doesn't hold your self-worth. You know that you are worthy regardless of someone else and how they feel about you. And in level 6, you really feel that. You own your worthiness, and you know that you're worthy every single day.
Right. It's the everybody wins mindset. It's the timing, the rhythm is just, it's perfect. Like you said, like it's the creation. I love level 6. And also just getting back of like the freedom of choice. So when you get debriefed from Ashley or myself, from the ELI, you will learn how you can show up, that you have a choice, that you can show up from any one of these levels. You have a choice to show up as a level 6 energy. What does that look like? What does it mean that everybody wins? So how would that show up? So I guess let's take our circumstance where, you just got broken up with and you're on a dating app. So what would a level 6 energy, how would you show up if this would, how would you show up in this circumstance?
I think like powerfully and with confidence and like asking questions and being really engaging, because you can even do that on the app. And Lena Marie and I actually teach you in the program, like how to harness that energy when you like open the app, because that's important. If you open the app saying, this app sucks, it never works, I'm not going to meet anyone, then you know what? You're not going to meet anyone. Just like Tracy said earlier tonight, like attracts like. You open that app and your level 6 energy, you're feeling damn good about yourself and you know it's going to work. Yes.
Bring it.
Yes. And then again, if you're chatting with a guy and you're like, I hope he asks me out and he doesn't, that's that's okay. He wasn't your guy. It's good to know now. You can move on quickly. It's okay.
Yeah. There's a reason we don't all marry one another. Right. There's a reason every one of you watching has dated someone and you're not dating that person today.
Right.
Because not everyone is for everyone. Quit taking it personally. It's not about you. You have to do the deep work though, to be able to get to that place.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. I love that it's not about you.
Let me personally for level 6. So just to help you watching, think about your perfect team leader, okay? Your perfect manager. I want you to think about what that manager would be like. Now, we all wish we had that team leader or manager. If they're coming from level 6, you'll barely even know that they are your team leader or your manager because it's collaborative. We are coming together for whatever the goal is, and we're going to work hard together as a team to get there. So in a relationship, if you get so lucky, if you can shift your energy to level 6 and you get so lucky to match that, which you will if you're showing up with that, you're going to get a team. You're going to get a team member. This person's going to be part of your team. So if you desire someone who's a team player, which would be a non-negotiable for me, as soon as I pick up you're not, you're out of here. And I get to say that because my standards are high. There's a reason for that. So it's a dream. Think of the manager that would be a level 6. You could have that, but you have to be there as well.
Right. One person has the power to change any relationship. It's all about just how you are showing up. You can't control them, but you can inspire them. If they're coming from a lower level of energy, you can inspire them. Now, like Tracy's former example. Now, if you keep like you're continuously like, I guess, beating a dead horse, and you're trying, and he's still showing up like angry and defensive. Like, okay, there might be a pattern within him, not necessarily you. And might have to take a second look at, reevaluating the relationship, but it has nothing to do with you. It might just be the relationship itself.
Stay in your lane, stay in your box. I say all the time, we are our own person. Yeah.
Right.
The last and the highest level 7.
Yes.
Winning and losing are just illusions.
Yes. So it's the highest level of energy. So this is the most confident. Okay. It's fearlessness. Okay. You can create at will. It's ultimate power in yourself. It's the I am, it's I am, insert whatever you like. I am love. I am like just passion.
I am worthy.
I am worthy. I am good enough.
I am valuable. So many things. Yeah. Yeah.
I have already arrived.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
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 And this
So
is
imagine
really like, this is truly, you know, and again, like Lena Marie mentioned earlier, you know, we all look, I think sometimes people think coaches sit in their level 7 all the time, but no, we are all like all day long bouncing back and forth. However, we have that choice. And that's the one thing and that's what we teach as coaches is that if you have all the information, then you realize that you're at choice. And when there are times when I'm like, I'm going to be angry about this. I'm going to sit in my level 2. I know that I'm there. I really got to dig into this one. But I've made that choice for myself. And I know that that's about me and no one else. Just like you can choose to go on your level 2, you can choose to go on your level 7 and truly see dating as like, this is, you know, I think that like, you know, my dating life and then getting married, it changes generations. It brings families together. It's so special. I mean, love is the universal language. And so, and that's like your level 7 is realizing that and like going all in on love, which is to say going all in on you.
mm-hmm. Right, right. Going all in on you. That's the single girls kit is going all in on you, choosing you. Whether
I feel like we just came up with a new tagline. Going all in on you.
going all in on you. I love it. Right now it's date without the drama, which is awesome because right now I am dating without the drama.
Yeah.
What we said earlier, it's like you might attract, like we're saying that you might attract the guys that just, you know, they just want to sleep with you. Like, you know, like whatever you're attracting, you know, your non-negotiables, your deal breakers. Yeah. But a single girl, you know, a high quality lady, we know how to say no and keep it moving. You know, there is no drama. There is no back and forth. There is no trying to convince him and mold him into what we want him to be, whatever story we've created in our head. You know, it's none of that. It's like, it's seeing them for who they are. And if who they are today matches the woman you are today, then let's explore that. You're not dating him for his past. You're not dating him for his future. You're dating the person for today, just like he's dating the woman that you are today, not your past and not what you can bring him in the future. It's today. So when those are both whole and you're coming from the same intention, you can create just miracles and magic. And that's what we want to inspire and just support you on with the program. So we're gonna start this Saturday.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
So
we have some.
I think the chat might be closed because there's no one chatting.
Oh,
and then
supposed to do anything with that.
That's okay. I mean, when I tried to put in the Zoom registration for the weekend, it closed. It wouldn't let me do it. So we'll just add that registration in maybe in the comments and in the description below. But register, and you know, we check this page periodically. So if you have questions or comments, like please comment below. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you think. We're happy to answer questions about the program or about this weekend. And we want you to come. Saturday and Sunday are going to be inspirational, amazing learning days that can really totally shift your dating life from where it is currently.
Yeah, love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. And then also don't forget, and then you get a discount code, and everyone loves discount codes. So we will reveal that on the weekend. And anything else?
I think that's it. Anything, Tracy?
you know, one of the things that I just want to say is how, if you start dating someone,
Mhm.
believe what they show up with. When they show who they are, believe them. Believe them. Okay. I mean, that's so important because it can save you from, I don't even like the word regret because it's all about information, but it can save you time and energy that you put into that relationship. People will show you who they are, just like you will show people who you are. Believe them.
You know
So
what we say, what we teach Tracy is we don't date potential.
yeah, love that.
Yeah. And so when they show you who they are, that's perfectly okay, right? Confidence, opportunity, it's okay.
Yep.
But if we need to move on, we move on.
Yeah. And the other thing too is if in this was kind of a little exercise I wanted to throw in there. I'm going to kind of tie into that. But if you've ever been in a relationship in your life and it was stressful, there's a reason for that. Relationships aren't stressful. They aren't a lot of work. You'll hear people say marriage is so much work. Who says? Who says? I mean, that's a limited belief because not all marriages are a lot of work. If you're in a relationship or you start dating someone and it becomes a lot of work, if you're not confident, you're going to have a really hard time stepping away from that.
Yeah.
If you can't establish healthy boundaries, you're going to have a really hard time stepping away from that. You have to have the confidence within. That's what this program can provide for you because you're going in blind if you don't have it. And we know where we end up when we're blind. You want crystal clear vision because if something's not working and this relationship is so hard, I've heard it from people. Dating is so hard or relationships are so hard. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Because if you're weeding through what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and you have the confidence to say no to what doesn't serve you so you can say yes to what does, you have to have that confidence. Yeah, you really do. The last little exercise that will help bring awareness around this is, write out everyone that you've dated over a big period of time. Write out every single one of their names. And underneath of it, right underneath their name, what didn't work for you with that person.
I love that.
I'm willing to bet you're going to see a pattern.
Wow, that's really powerful.
That's in level 5 thinking, and I'm going to shift all of you. Go to your level 5 and say, okay, what's the information here?
Yeah.
What is this telling me so that I can adjust course? Don't play the victim. Don't have regret and blame and shame. Get you nowhere. Look at that list. You're going to see a pattern.
Yeah.
It's only information. It's what you want to do with it.
That's awesome. I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great idea.
All right. Wonderful, ladies. Well, I hope the weekend goes well. I hope all of you take advantage of the weekend. So again, it's this Saturday and Sunday, February 6th and 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's free. Join these ladies for the weekend.
Yeah,
get all the secret sauce.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon.